Good morning, everybody. So here it is, the other bow, the Pse Supra Focus. Funny story about this bow. 2 weeks ago, I was cruising around on eBay. Actually, a friend of mine sent me the link. Had $500 on this thing. I thought it was too good to be true. Snatched it up. Got to looking at the eBay reviews of the said seller. They were horrible. Luckily, when it came, all those naysayers about the guy were untrue. This thing is perfect. Came with gas strings, probably one of the first bows. Put the rest on, just kind of eyeballed it, immediately shot a bullet hole through paper, straight down the line, everything's perfect. So I've had people ask, what are you gonna take to tack? What kind of bow are you gonna set up? Here we go. I'm not gonna run magnification on this bow. Just going to be an open sight bow. I have the ability to put a 6-power. I have a 6-power lens for this, and I have some clarifiers. But for now, we're just going to run it open sight and see how it does. I know that my 20's on, and I've got a tape that came off of another bow. I'm just going to see how close it is at 40 yard. This thing is absolutely smooth, and it is a shooter. So we have been doing some preliminarying with it, testing it out, shooting it here or there. A little bit in the afternoons this week, but we're also running the Merit Archery Design stabilizer bars. This thing is a beautiful bow. This is probably the most prettiest bow I've ever owned. So we've got the Citation and we've got the Supra Focus. So you guys might remember I had a Supra Focus at one time and it would not tune. It was a horrible bow. I actually bought it from the Wallaces, and it had different cams on it. Then I put Evolve cams on it, and it makes me wonder if like the limb pockets or something was different, because after I did that, that bow never shot. Of course, I didn't know any better, and I ordered some cams and put them on. Didn't work. So if you do hear a little noise, I don't have a tool to tighten this up. It's this one. It's actually in the mail right now to be delivered today with Prime. So if you hear a little resonance, that's what it is. But have no fear, it will be fixed. So this bow, I'm gonna set up for like field, just general shooting, you know, up to 100 yard. We're gonna shoot maximum reds out of it, trying to get the camera better. So yesterday, the footage was pretty terrible. I had to delete the video, re-upload it, because I filmed it in ProRes, but my computer, for some reason, it couldn't handle it. And kept crashing. It was a nightmare. The quality looked bad. It is extremely cold, so it's probably in the 20s right now. Let's see where we're at on 40 yard on this sight tape. I do expect to have to put a sight tape on it. Now this thing rolls back and it is solid as a rock. So this has the factory PSC let off, you know, the let off modules on it. They're perfect. Whew. We're just a touch low. That could have been why I wasn't completely dialed to 40. It's so cold. I gotta go fix all the rotations today. That's on the agenda. So the shootability of this bow is like night and day against the Citation. Now the Citation's an amazing bow, don't get me wrong, but the let-off modules on it make it unfun to shoot. I have the factory PSE modules. I'm gonna put them on that bow because it's just a little too much. I want to be able to roll it back and sit into the, you know, a little bit into the valley. With the Citation, I can't do that. I mean, it's just full throttle. So We're going to change that. I'm going to put the factory stops back on it today. This thing's shooting excellent. And it looks like this tape might be actually right. It came off my brother's target bow, so not target bow, but it was prime. Whew, she's a shooter. You guys gotta remember, it's like in the 20s right now. I'm cold. Bow's cold. Everything's cold. And I'm making some pretty good shots out there at 40 yard, with all things considered. This thing is a laser. Absolute laser. I love PSEs, and that's the beautiful thing about this thing is if I want to change the let off, I can. If I want to change the draw length for any given reason, I can do it. So that's why, you know, I'm not going to shoot the primes anymore, because I like the ability to change things and you're not stuck with one setup for good. Let's go look at that. All right, so, you know, I am cold. We are grouping a little low, but that's fine. Like I said, it's not even the right tape for it. I just want to see if it's close. And, I mean, I don't expect a whole heck of a lot being this cold outside. A lot of it's myself. I'm gonna, actually, I really need to shoot 20 and 60, but I need to see where that tape roughly is, just to bump up. It just helped me get closer when I sight it in. Might go back to 60 and just see where we're at. All right, I went back up to 20 for a minute just to check that we are on. Reason is that I'm going to use the little scale that Spot Hog has in order to get the correct tape. So we're at 60. I know I need to probably put it at about 63, maybe 65. God, it's cold out here. I know you guys are tired of hearing me whine about the cold, but you know, I would really like to be able to shoot at TAD next week, which is one of the 3D events. And that's not going to happen if we don't get something sighted in. I about got the citation good, but needs a little bit more improvement. I'm gonna check it once it gets warm. So here's 60 yard. I'm gonna see where we're at 60. I'm gonna put 65 on it. I don't expect this to be right on the money. So without magnification, shooting at the size of a $50 down there, I probably will wind up putting mag on it. I got some clarifiers ordered, so I mean, I just want the ability to be able to do either or. Wow, that's a long way to not be able to see anything. Looks like we are low. So put 70 on the board. I figured that would be about where we needed to go. Gosh, when I say this thing's a pleasure to shoot, I mean it. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to be a blowhard and like, oh look, I got a new bow, this thing's incredible. This thing's awesome. Both of the PSEs are. And you probably wonder why I chose PSE. Well, I started this channel with PSE years ago, and just straight away, it's time to go back home. let's go look at those. I believe we're golden. With all things considered, it's extremely cold. The bow's cold. I'm cold. We just shot 60 yard. We're gonna see where that arrow landed, that last one after I made the slight adjustment. I believe we just inside outed it at 70. So here we go. 70 yard. First shot, second shot. Last shot. So this was 65. That was the other one. I didn't shoot. I pulled it. Can't see. It's cold. This one was the last shot. So that's good enough for me to go put a tape on. And then I can always, if it changes, I can always just tear it off, put another one on, but that'll get me close. So guys, this right here is the Pse Supra Focus. You can get these on eBay pretty cheap right now. And I mean, they're still using a cam that's made now. If I'm not mistaken, the Evolve cam is still being made. This is the best cam that PSE ever put out. I feel like this is the best cam system of any bow. And I mean that. So you guys have a great day. I'm gonna go try to warm up. Try to warm my bow up. I'm cold. We'll see y'all maybe later today. I might do like a side-by-side comparison or something of both of these machines. So we'll see y'all on the next one. Oh, y'all stay warm.